What's up, people? Welcome back to Game Told. My name is JR and I'm a consultant in the music business. I hope everybody's had a great Christmas and I wish you all a happy new year and hope you've already set your goals in motion and go for everything you want to get this year in 2022. So, for the first video of 2022, the topic is ageism in music. Let's get into it. So, far too many times, I've been part of campaigns, I speak to artists, I speak to people in the game, and it's always about, oh, they want something younger. They say I'm too old. Um, that person's too old. I'm not going to sign them. It's something that happens, and one of the most common phrases in music is a young man's game or a young lady's game, and partly right because the younger you are, the more appealing you are. But we've seen artists in the past come out at later ages. Now, music being a young man's game or young lady's game, um, that makes between the ages of 27 to 40 makes you old, basically. So you want to get into music pretty early. Now, a lot of people blame the industry and mentalities and stuff like that for the reasons why nobody really gives them a chance. But if you ask me, I'd say, let's take for instance, a new artist comes through, they're young, in their 20s or so, teens or 20s. One of the first things they do is they put together a team of people, friends, family, cousins, name it, whoever. And some of them know what they're doing, some of them don't. But their immediate team, they might have a management, but their immediate team is always made up of old friends and stuff like that who invest in them 24/7 when the rest of the industry lot are not there to provide. It's these guys that help mold the artist. Now, say you're in your teens or 20s, what happens is these people all have time. Most of them don't have kids, most of them don't have full-time jobs, they still live at home. They've got loads and loads of time on their hands. So when you get up to on tour and you can't really pay them a lot of money, they still go anyway for the experience. And for the mere fact that they've got time on their hands. So they can invest in you. They can take the time to learn the business. They can grow with you. They can contribute to everything. They can be your stylist. They can be your help. Everything you can think of. You can find people who you know that you've grown up with who can chip in. Now, you take another artist who's between the ages of 27 to 40. They most likely have kids. Um, the people around them, sorry, family, friends, everybody, most likely have kids, most likely have jobs, responsibilities, bills, mortgages, things that are important in life that you can't ignore. Because if you ignore them, it comes back to bite you in the bum. And that's what nobody wants. So, in this case, when you decide to come in the game a bit late and you can't get people around you helping you all the time, it becomes problematic. It becomes stressful. I mean, you're not only fighting against the people in the industry who are not giving an older person a chance, but you're fighting against yourself really, and because you can't get any help. You can't get the help you need, which is quite unfortunate. Now, I'd say there's three types of people that come into the game late. Or, sorry, there's three types of people that are of age in the music business. One, the ones who have already been in it from a young age and have grown in the game and have got to a certain point where they say maybe they started, their first album was released in their teens and they've kept releasing it and kept releasing. They come in the game and sometimes they take a break, and then by the time they come back they're older and everyone's like, oh, you're older now, that's crazy. or they carry on releasing. I mean, we've got Jay-Z, Nas, people like that who have done it successfully. So you got older, mature artists like that. They come in the game from early and they age gracefully. Secondly, you have ones that have always had talent, but for some reason never exercise their options. They choose to come in those later years, which is fine. That that person faces the most amount of problems. That's where you meet most of the problems because you don't understand, like, why are these people doing this to me? Like, why are you telling me to sit down and wait for you and then not turning up or coming late and stuff? You're not at an age where you can tolerate stuff like that. You don't have that burning desire that overshadows the disrespect or the treatment that some people might give you. And rightly so, you shouldn't have it. You shouldn't accept it. It's bullshit. But that artist in particular suffers a lot. The third one is ones who are known, have a lot of following on social media, maybe comedians, actors, um, influencers, all these other ones. And then they decide, oh, I'm going to take music seriously in those later ages. And the first thing they do is announce to their many, many followers and say, hey, I'm doing music now. So what they do is they migrate everybody over to this section and say, yep, we're doing music now. They get the support from there. It becomes easier. If they're already known and they're celebrities, actors, all these other things, they've got a bit of money behind them as well. Money plays a big factor, plays a big part in this sort of setup. So it makes it easier for them also. They come over, not to say music is easy, because I've said in some of my videos, music is the only business where when you come into, you have to pay your dues. You will struggle. You can make it easier, but you will struggle and you have to pay your dues. It's not easy, because too many people want to do it. But anyway, I digress. So you've got the three types of older people in the music business. The three that I've mentioned, the easiest would be, in my opinion, would be um, coming in it early and then continuing to release music into your older ages. In hip hop, it's a bit frowned upon. Oh, he's old, she's old. But in other music genres, it's fine. I mean, Dolly Parton and Rolling Stones and all these other people are looked at as legends and they're lauded. Even in R&B, even soul music. People laud the older you get and you're still doing it, people laud you for it. But in some genres, it's an especially a young man's game. So yeah. Then so that will be the easiest way. My second easiest I would choose the third option that I mentioned, which is the ones who are the influencers. They become stars in their own right in another industry, and then they migrate back. They migrate over to music and then start from there. They've got contacts in the business. They've got the money to back them. They've got celebrity friends to appear in their videos and endorse them and say, look, listen to this song. Here's a tweet. In this social media age, it's pretty easy for somebody to give support. But if you have all those links, then it's easier. And the hardest would be the artist who chooses to come into the game a bit late. Yeah, so the artist who chooses to come into the game a bit late, they've got a whole lot of reasons. A&R's this and radio's not playing me and all these other things. And rightly so. You can understand why they will say things like that. Because you have to also remember, before somebody invests in you, or even if it's time or money, before they invest in you, they need to know that the pros will outweigh the cons. So when you come as a matured person who wants to do music and you're good and you're not amazing, it's almost a bit of a risk. How can you identify with the children? And we all know that the younger crowds, they spend money. They're the ones who invest in you. And when I say invest in you, they're the ones who buy t-shirts, hats, your apps, everything you do, they jump on it. So you get that younger crowd and you're laughing. And that's that's one of the reasons why a lot of the majors or A&Rs who work with the majors or the radio personalities do not really invest in what you're doing. And you have to give props to shows like X Factor and stuff, where they had a category for over 50s and stuff. And if you notice, it didn't start like that. They brought it in later on, and they emphasized the fact that it was over 50s, over 50s. So you took it for what it was. In that, because they know there's a discrimination when it comes to music for the older lot. Anyway, guys, this was just a quick video. First one of the year. I wanted to share this with you because it's something that kept coming up. I've got a few more coming up, a few more other videos I'll be posting. Please, please, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I need all your help. I need all your help to grow this channel. And share it, comment. Let me know your views. Are you a struggling artist? Have you faced some difficulties in recently? Give me some of your stories, if it exists, or if you have any questions in the comments. This has been Game Told. My name is JR. Happy New Year, and catch you on the next video. Peace.